Rube, what led you to us in the first place? I know you and I worked together when you were like in sixth grade, and then we couldn't work together anymore. So then, what thought brought you back to us whenever you were in that senior year?
Well, like you said, I came in sixth grade, and like it's just the Clint workouts. They always stuck with me, like going through high school and stuff. And I just remember like how much bigger, faster, and stronger I got in the short amount of time that I worked with you compared to 3 or 4 years in working out in a high school gym with a high school football program. And so I just remembered, like, I know that what you do translates directly to the field, and you're not going to do like your typical, back squat, bench press, deadlift kind of thing. But the movements that you do, they show up and they show up quick. And I was 180 pounds my senior year of football season, and I was trying to gain weight. Uh, I couldn't do it. I was eating a ton, working out every day, and as soon as I got to you, just the different styles of workout, the I don't know, just work new muscles that I didn't even know you had, and I gained 20 pounds in 3 months, and it was awesome. So I guess what led me back to it was just I don't know, just the difference that it makes to. I know it's going to translate directly to the field. It's not just going to be like your typical workout.
Okay. Going into the senior year, was there any frustration going into, struggling to put on that weight or, struggling on the field?
It was weird because I was getting stronger in the weight room, and my maxes were going up, like I was doing more weight, but I couldn't jump any higher. I couldn't really run any faster. I wasn't gaining any weight, so it was just like, where's that strength going? It was it just wasn't translating, I guess.
Okay.
And so, like, I mean, I remember I worked out. I could never dunk in high school. Really, I could get really close, and I worked out with you for about like less than 2 months, and I was getting up there, and it was just like it was just translating, just the different movements. Just I was way more explosive. It was noticeably different.
It's funny to me that you're talking about being able to dunk after being there for 2 months because we weren't exactly working on your vertical.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
a
yeah.
side benefit that yeah, it's what we call the what the hell effect. The hell happened? Where'd that come from?
It was like, oh my gosh.
So then, in your opinion, what was different about what we did?
Like I said, like you got your basic high school programs is just like you want to get as heavy on squat as you can. You want to go heavy on bench. You want to get bulked up. And I guess what we do with you is just kind of like, I don't even know. I know it's a lot more like high reps, and you're just getting everything that you can into those reps. And like really just the movements. Like we never worked with kettlebells or anything like that. I never really did anything with bands that much. The sandbag squats, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I had muscles like till you pick up one of those things. And I guess it's just what makes it different is just the different style of it, and it just translates way better. Like I know I feel like a broken record. That's why I keep saying the same things, but
I mean, if that's what you know, then that's what you know.
yeah,
Um, so then, was there one particular point that you knew it was working, where it was like, oh yeah, I can, this is working?
there was. I'm trying to remember, but my mom tried to get me to take a before and after picture before I went to you that winter in my senior year,
Yeah.
and I was like, I've never really been that kind of guy, so I wouldn't do it. But looking back, I really wish I would have. But like, I don't know. I'd say probably 3 or 4 months into it, we were taking pictures for like our senior picnic or something, and I didn't like I saw myself for the first time, and I was like, oh my gosh, where did that come from? It's like I knew I felt different, but it was like Clint has me looking like Iron Man over here. It was like it was awesome. It was an awesome feeling, just like seeing all the work that I put in, and it was just showing up. And so that's what it.
If I'm not mistaken, that was also like right in the middle of that. You had to be out of the gym for
Yeah.
6 weeks for the COVID quarantine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Years are a blur at this point, but I mean,
And that was
from
around then.
yeah, mid March until early
Mm-hmm.
May, y'all weren't allowed in the gym. And all I could do was send you with kettlebells and work to do at home.
It worked.
Yeah.
I didn't really lose anything. Maybe a little cardio, but that was it.
Um, so then, what does it look like on the field for you now compared to before? Like, um, what's the big difference for you now?
The big difference, I'd say the biggest difference for me is definitely like just like my coming out of the gate speed, just like explosiveness. Like whenever we do the sled pushes and stuff, and we're like you're starting out doing the 10-yard sprints and stuff, and yeah, I'd say that's probably the biggest difference. Like whenever I hit somebody and I'm going full speed now, it just feels like a different feeling than what I used to feel.
What could I or what could we have done better? Um, as a gym, as a coach, as a training program, don't hold back. What could we have improved on?
Well, that's why I've never really had any like, oh, I wish we didn't do this. I wish we did this differently. Like everything that I've done, like, I mean, I trust you. Obviously, I trust you completely with everything that we do in there. And there's like, I can't think of anything that I would change, like off the top of my head. I would have to think for a long time about that because there's really, I mean, I love it. I love going there.
Right. Well, just know that that's open ended. So if later on you like, oh, okay, I get this. You got my number. Text me, call me. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then anything you'd like to add? Anything that I didn't ask that you'd like to throw in there, or
I know there's probably a lot of people that are kind of skeptical about it because I remember like one of my football coaches was like, "Oh, you're going to that CrossFit place, and like, is it really going to make you better?" And I was like, "You'd be surprised." And now his son goes there every now and then, and so I feel like there's kind of a bad rap out there about sometimes about your kind of gym,
yeah.
and it's just like I don't know, that's just complete lie because it's blown me away. Like what will happen if you go in there and go through what you put us through and stay consistent and work hard every day? It's just like it'll blow your mind like how much you really don't know. Like I didn't know how high my ceiling was until I got in there and I really started seeing that development kind of thing. So
Your ceiling's pretty high, buddy.